Hey everyone, welcome back to some more esports talk. My name is Hunter and thank you so much for tuning in. We're talking about the Halo Infinite tech test preview. There's so many words in there, and we're talking about how it didn't exactly perform how many were actually hoping that the weekend would. This was over this past weekend. We're a little bit late on this story, but took our time because we wanted to see people like DrDisrespect talking on this topic. We saw Halo's community director, Brian, tweet out a series of tweets addressing a lot of the issues that were originally happening at the beginning of the tech test. He gives a PSA that this is a test at a scale unlike anything we've ever done to date. It's a great scale test for our systems, as we've seen waypoint load dramatically increasing, and asks for people to please bear with us because everyone is inevitably going to slam them with messages about how the game wasn't working. I worry that folks who aren't able to handle the unpredictability of this release timing and who aren't getting outright angry already have the wrong expectations going into a technical preview. There will be hiccups. We've all waited around 6 years. Hang in there. Folks are working incredibly hard, hitting new issues and overcoming them and moving through the process. Thank you for your support and understanding. And then later on in the tech test, they had a lot of issues. We saw them have to redeploy the global server as part of a fix for another issue. And ultimately just a lot of server issues that people could not get into the game, or there were just problems with playing. And Brian did directly address this in that thread of tweets saying, man, there are going to be problems. This is a scale of a test that we have never had before, and so there are going to be issues, and we're going to fix them as soon as we can, but you guys are going to have to bear with us. Now, someone like DrDisrespect, of course, did decide to share his thoughts on the situation, as he always does. I feel like Doc is pretty known for doing his takes on different games. He likes to talk about game design, what he would have done, and how he feels like things should have worked out.
Obviously on this channel we talk about we're anxious for Halo Infinite because the industry is just so dry. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you heard there's a tech test that went out this weekend, and they'll have one, I think, either every weekend for a couple weeks or something like that, or they'll have like 2 or 3 more. I don't know. So anyways, I don't know if you guys caught any of the gameplay or the streams of people playing. So for the majority, it's been players versus bots. Okay, on like 2 or 3 different maps. And then they had the Slayer PvP happen yesterday. It got me thinking, and I'm watching there, and I'm watching Snipe Down, I'm watching Enable. I'm bouncing around between all the pros. I think Ogre hopped on yesterday. Halo to me was always the game, especially in the shooter genre consoles, that I look forward to that would push the envelope of shooter games. It always seemed that way, right? They're going to come out with something like the gameplay, whatever, the map designs, the look of the game, graphics, all that stuff. Like there was always like, okay, what is Halo going to do? Because obviously they don't put out an annual Halo every single year, right? It's 6 years since Halo 5. Think about it, champs. 6 years. $500 million budget. Think about that. And you're telling me you still need to put out a tech test. I feel like this is something they could have done internally, right? Put out a tech test, hit up a whole bunch of people around the world with different types of machines, and all have it internal, NDA'd, all that stuff. Like, what are we testing here?
Doc holds strong that they should not have needed a technical test because they had 6 years and hundreds of millions of dollars. So why is this even happening? Why do they have to have this public tech test? Why isn't just immediately put it into beta and ready to go? Doc doesn't always have the best takes, I would say, and in this situation, I feel like I understand 343 a little bit. Yes, this is a massive release that a ton of people are paying attention to, not just streamers, which we know a lot of the biggest names are paying attention and hoping to switch over to Halo if it works out well instead of Warzone, Apex, this, that, and the other. And so a lot of people are paying attention to it and have high hopes, which means a lot of casual players are also going to be trying to get into these tests. And so it was a massive stress test. So I think, like they said, it's expected that there are issues. A tech test, I'm all for it. If it helps the game release smoother and play better and figure out these problems ahead of time, I'm all for it. I don't think there's an issue with it, but of course, Doc always has his opinions.
But I'll tell you, man, I gotta be honest. Like, I don't know what to think. there was nothing that stood out to me. Obviously, I didn't play. You know, that's a different feel. But even just spectating and watching, I don't know why you'd want to put out a public tech test like that.
At the end of the day, people just weren't really impressed with Halo, I would say, with Halo Infinite during this test. I'm not sure what they could have expected. It's a difficult situation for Halo because you want to bring back that nostalgia. You don't want to change too much or else people will be upset and turned off. I mean, we've seen that just from the backlash of mentioning battle royales, that people do not want something new like that. They love the classic Halo. They want Halo to be how it used to be. But also people like Doc want something new and fresh and something entertaining to watch and to continue to play and make content out of. What do you guys think about this situation? Do you think Halo is going to be a huge letdown, or will it be a hit? Until next time, guys, be safe, be smart, behave. I'll catch you later.